Hello, my name is Irina Popovic from the Stefan cel Mare University of Suceava, and I will be presenting our paper on AR-TV and AR-Diànshì, cultural differences in users' preferences for augmented reality television. Augmented reality for television has been explored by the research community, and various applications have been implemented as the ones visible on this slide. But as development advances in this area, it is essential to understand users' expectations and preferences for this technology. In this direction of understanding what users want, several questions emerge. Do people with different cultural backgrounds expect the same kind of immersive experiences from AR content and applications for television, or do their preferences and expectations differ depending on the characteristics and values of the cultures in which they were born and raised? To answer those questions, we implemented an empirical generalization of the study conducted by Popovic and Vatavo from 2019, where the preferences of 172 participants from Europe were analyzed. Thus, we conducted a replication study following the same procedure, but with a new sample of 147 participants from China, and we compared our results to the initial study. We collected the same information from our participants: television watching behavior, experience with and perception of AR, and preferences for AR-TV scenarios. Next, we focus on the cultural similarities and dissimilarities that we found. When looking at cultural similarities, both cultures consider that AR-TV is fun, enabling social interaction, informative, and desirable, all with averages above 3. Both the cognitive effort and discomforting descriptions were rated below 3, showing that both groups of participants rather disagreed with such characterizations. In terms of the 20 scenarios, controlling and interacting with AR content was ranked first by both participants from Europe and China. The second scenario ranked by the participants from China was TV channels displayed next to physical objects from the room, for which the average rating was very close to that of the participants from Europe. There was also interest towards scenarios that involve additional content displayed next to the TV set, a finding that correlated with the fact that 76.7% of the participants from China reported using a second screen while watching TV. Watching different perspectives of the same movie scene from different angles and AR content displayed so close that it could be touched are two scenarios that received similar average ratings. However, due to the differences noticed in the TV genres preferred by the two groups, we think that the AR content would be different. Moreover, we were able to replicate the finding that the scenario involving objects coming out of the TV screen was preferred to the scenario with characters. At the opposite end of the list, the scenarios that involve multiple virtual TV channels shown in front of or next to the conventional TV set were ranked the lowest by both the participants from China and Europe. When looking at dissimilarities, we found that the participants from China showed less interest in AR-TV scenarios involving larger fields of view created with video projections, ranked 11th and 6th as opposed to 3rd and 4th for the participants from Europe. On the other side, the scenario depicting the situation where links to additional content, such as photos, are available around the TV screen was ranked 4th by our participants in contrast to position 13 in the original study. Furthermore, the live video or a 3D representation of one's friends, not in the same room but who are watching the same TV transmission scenario, was ranked 10th place as opposite to 17th for the participants from Europe, which connects to the collectivistic characteristic of the Chinese culture observed throughout other research studies. Our findings show that application scenarios that combine AR and television are perceived as valuable across cultures, but differences are present in how these scenarios are ranked within each culture. Therefore, user-centered and participatory design approaches are recommendable, where feedback should be elicited in the early stages of development. We also take this opportunity to highlight the importance of conducting replication studies in the area of IMX. Thank you.